You stare at your notebook, eyelids feeling like lead. The fog in your head makes reading a single sentence feel like climbing a mountain. Right now, studying feels completely impossible. Look at this graph. Most failed by forcing 3 solid hours of focus, when a fatigued brain only has capacity for 15-minute bursts. This loop illustrates how taking the first step serves as the catalyst feeding your drive to continue. That heavy exhaustion is a predictable biological state, and because it is predictable, we can use a strict sequential protocol to temporarily bypass it. Step 1 requires an aggressive physical reset. We need to send an immediate signal to your nervous system that sleep time is over. Start by taking off whatever you wear to sleep. Go to the sink, brush your teeth, and splash cold water directly onto your face and eyes. Follow that shock to the system with 20 jumping jacks or a brisk 2-minute walk. This creates a sudden spike in cardiovascular blood flow, manufacturing the physical alertness your brain lacks. Next, we optimize your environment with one absolute rule. You cannot study in bed. Your brain relies on spatial mapping. It hardwires the physical location of your mattress strictly to sleep. If you try to work there, your brain gets confused and drowsiness sets in faster. Sitting straight at a desk signals your brain that it is time to work. Now, take your smartphone and physically leave it in another room. Scrolling through short-form reels causes dopamine exhaustion. It rapidly drains your mental energy reserves. After that constant high-speed stimulation, a static textbook will feel neurologically repulsive. By deliberately raising your heart rate, changing your temperature, and clearing your environment, you strip away the default triggers that tell your body to sleep. With your environment set, we move to the fuel check. What you put in your stomach directly controls cognitive fatigue. Do not eat heavy, oily meals right before you sit down to work. This flowchart illustrates the digestive tax. Breaking down dense meals forces your body to divert blood downward into your stomach, causing an energy crash. To avoid this, stick to lighter options. A banana, peanuts, or coffee keeps resources flowing upward to your brain. Now look at your assignments. Select your most difficult task, whether that is heavy math, coding, or theory memorization, and put it directly in front of you. Your cognitive energy degrades by the minute. By deploying your peak alertness on the highest friction material first, you avoid wasting your best fuel on easy busy work. You are awake, your environment is clear, and your hardest task is ready. The final hurdle is psychological, and we clear it using the 5-minute action trigger. Tell yourself you are only going to study for exactly 5 minutes. Making the commitment tiny dramatically lowers the barrier to entry and bypasses your brain's natural resistance to starting. But there is a non-negotiable rule for this short window. The study method you use must be intensely active. Passive studying means blankly watching video lectures or endlessly dragging a highlighter across a page. When the brain is understimulated by these habits, it quickly drifts back into a state of sleep. Instead, force an output. Write out notes from memory, solve a complex equation step by step, or explain the concept out loud to an imaginary student. An active brain stays an awake brain. Once you break the friction of those initial 5 minutes, the physics of momentum take over. Your brain naturally transitions into an automatic rhythm. While the work itself requires intense effort, the highest level of psychological resistance often occurs at the moment of initiation. This trigger is the tool to pull you past that first barrier. Once you pass that 5-minute mark, you have successfully bypassed your exhaustion and entered a state of focused flow. To stretch this victory into a sustainable session without burnout, you need a precise timing structure. This structural tracker breaks down the timing. Do 25 minutes of active work, followed by a 5-minute break. Repeat 4 times, then take a 30-minute rest. But this override requires a foundation, 8 hours of sleep. A permanently tired brain cannot learn. You now have the physical and psychological tools to defeat your immediate exhaustion. Your environment is clear, your fuel is set, and your hardest task is waiting. So start your 5-minute timer and begin.